Good luck, everybody. We will start with this hanger and work our way to the back. Happy 4th of July, everybody. Hopefully we get some fireworks in here this morning. Well, the select box is going to be difficult. Are you kidding me? All right. It's going to be one of those breaks. Empty box. All right. I do show all the cards, but I try to go through the base pretty quick. Good luck, everybody. We got DeAndre Swift starting us out for Detroit. Hamler for Denver. Gabe Davis for Buffalo. And on our die cuts, Jerry Rice. We approve. We approve 49ers. Juju for Steel City. A little Drew Brees action for the Saints. Jimmy G. Jerry Jeudy on the silver. We approve of that, Denver. Going to Mr. Shaft. Aaron Donald on the Hot Stars. Joe Montana on the Unbreakable. A little Justin Jefferson rookie. And Jason Huntley for Kersaxon. And Jeremy Chin going to Carolina on the field level. Okay. The QBs avoided us in that one. Sometimes they do that. All right, Chrome. I would love to see another Stafford. I don't know why that makes me happy when I see that Stafford show up in these. But it does. Empty box. All right. Brown for Washington on the refractor. A little Aiden Hutchinson, power players for the Lions. And Johnson for Steel City. Starting us off. Quiet pack. Ooh, a nice Hampton, though. We approve of that. We approve of that. Chargers. Going to David. Yes. We got Sanders going to Carolina. Egbuka. We'll take that. We'll take an Egbuka. We got Boswell on the all chrome. I know you've been looking for that one, Steel City. A little Bryce Young. Take Bryce Young. On the football leather. I'll take that, Carolina. A little Penei Sewell on the refractor for Detroit. And a Ollie Gordon for the Dolphins. I think we need to see some QBs here. Xavier Worthy for KC. Little Ashton, Fortune 15. All right, Raiders. You're off and running. Gunnar Helm for the Titans as well. Raiders did good yesterday, so maybe that's a good sign for them in this one. Gibbs on the power players. All right. Lions theme. And a Josh Downs on the red, white, and blue going to Indy. We approve. All right. Phoenix. All right, I love these. Love these boxes. So they rarely disappoint. But we would love to see a color blast today. So let's see if we can find ourselves a color blast today. Good luck, everybody. Jalen Lane for Washington. Jerome Ford. Ooh, we got back-to-back. Does that mean we got an auto? No. We just got 2 Mojos in one pack. 74 out of 85 going to Cleveland. And Lambert Smith for the Chargers on the Mojo. That one's 18 out of 25. All right, we'll take that. Back-to-back Mojos. Dak Prescott on the Thunderbirds. And base. Definitely take 2 numbered Mojos in one pack. Sometimes Panini is our friend. Many times they're not our friend, though, but sometimes. We got Brooks for the Bengals. And look at that. Mojo Paragon Marvin Harrison Jr. How about that, Bull? We like that. 60 out of 75. Those Mojos are just sweet looking. And looks like a lot of base in that pack. All right. Yeah, those Mojo parallels. That's why I always like to have these, because they just look so good. Walter Nolan. Lambjack for Baltimore. That one is 67 out of 75 for Baltimore. It's a beaut. Cam Ward on the contours. We approve of that, Logan. Yes, we do. And some base. And Cujo with the nice little Lambjack. We approve. Baltimore can be sneaky good. Mason Graham. Manungai going to the Bears on the Mojo. That one is not numbered. We got Lambjack on the Thunderbirds this time. And base. We got James for the 49ers. Gunnar Helm for the Titans. That one is 43 out of 50. Looks good. Drake May on the Paragon. We approve of that as well. One pack to go. Is it asking too much to see a color blast in that last pack? That's all we want. Just a little color blast. But not today. Campbell for the Eagles. Little Herbie action on the Thunderbirds. And base. No color blast. But a solid box. For sure. We're going to need some help from our friends at Prism. All right, good luck, guys. These no huddles have been fantastic, too. Morning, Mr. Leonard. All right, we got Pat Bryant for Denver, JT for Indy, Josh Hines Allen on the disco for the Jags, and a little base action. Yeah, T-Berg, I do love the Prism No Huddle. Last Team Magic. Is it time, Mayberry? Let's see what we got here. We got Tez Johnson, TJ Sanders for Buffalo, David Montgomery for Detroit. That one is 98 out of 125. We got Drake May on the Fractal Disco. We approve of that. New England. Oh, and that's Mike today. Yeah, the discos just look so good. What's up, M7? Happy Friday. Oh, I see some pink in here. We got Woody Marks for Houston. Hunter for the Rams. Rashid Shaheed going to the Saints. That one is 21 out of 25. And some base. There you go, Eric. I know you want Tyler, but got to start somewhere, right? We got a little Tet action for Carolina. Campbell for the Eagles. Tyreek Hill for the Dolphins out of 99. 36 out of 99 for Miami. Emmitt Smith on the all-purpose for the Cowboys. Kid Reporter and base. All right, we got ourselves Smith for the Jets. Tyreek again? What are the chances of that? This one is 21 out of 25. Tyreek Hill tearing it up in here. And then Higgins going to Houston on the Prismatic Disco. We'll take that. And some base. You're not too bummed to see that, T-Berg. But Tyreek Hill box. We'll make sure they're together. All right, we got Lambert Smith for the Chargers. Quinn Ewers for the Dolphins. Owusu Koromoa for Cleveland. That one is 90 out of 99. And some base. All right, I think we need some QBs. Sampson for Cleveland. Jordan James for the 49ers. Will Campbell on the disco for New England. Marshawn Lattimore going to the Commanders and some base. That reminds me of the signature class yesterday. Both autos were for Indy. So you just never know what you're going to find in a box. Sometimes the most random thing looks very not random. Revel Jr. for the Cowboys. Simmons for KC. Alec Pierce for Indy on the disco. And Scattaboo on the disco emergent. Very nice, Logan. And some base. I don't know if Tyreek Hill signs in the Prism. Maybe he does. I don't know if he has a disco auto. But Jonathan Taylor pretty much did that yesterday. He was everywhere. Abdul Carter for the Giants. Jim Kelly going to Buffalo. That one is 76 out of 99. There you go, Buffalo. Mason Graham is our auto. Going to Cleveland. We are always close. But the QBs elude us. And you didn't mind that either, T-Berg. Yeah, Taylor was, I mean, the 2020, he all the way through. Morning, Mike. Aaron Glenn. A little Cam Ward action. We approve. Higgins. Cade Otton for Tampa Bay on the disco. RJ Harvey going to Mr. Shaft. And some base. So it comes down to what is Signature going to give us today. Yesterday, it was 2 autos for Indy. I would imagine it will be different today. It's got to be different today, right? Or it doesn't. I don't know. I'm assuming it's going to be different today. But you never know. You never know. All right. Good luck, guys. Empty box. Yes, good luck, everybody. If you're waiting for some help, I hope it's coming for you right here. We got Devontae, Caleb Johnson for Steel City, Keon Coleman, and Jackson Hawes for Buffalo, starting us off. Calm before the storm. Zach Ertz. Well. Jaxson Dart on the auto. I think you are okay with that, Logan. I think you're going to be okay with that. We approve. Very nice. Congrats, my friend. It's a beaut. That is wonderful. That is wonderful. Sam Darnold behind that, and Mason Graham. All right. That's what we're talking about. Congrats, Logan. We definitely approve of that. Jaxson Dart. Yes, very nice. Very nice. We'll get him his own spot over there. Beautiful start. Beautiful start. Yes. Well, you know what? It's always a little riskier when you go with a team like the Giants. High risk, high reward. Today, it is reward. Xavier Legette. We got Mikael Williams, 59 out of 225, going to the 49ers. McBride and Xavier Restrepo for the Titans. Restrepo. I can't tell you anything about Restrepo. But that sounds like some kind of new medication. Thank you, Restrepo. I don't want to go through the side effects, though, of taking Restrepo. It's a long list. All right, we got Olave. Thornton for the Raiders. We got a Gibbs. And Jackson for the Vikings. Vikings have been quiet. A little Herbie action. Luke for the Texans. Quentin Johnston. And Mike Green going to Baltimore. I'm just wondering how Topps balances out Jaxson Dart auto. What's the other auto going to be? Jonathan Taylor. And here it is. Trey Harris going to the Chargers on card. There we go, Chargers. Trey Harris. Jelon Walker going to the Falcons. And Jalen Reed for Houston. Chargers. That's going to David. All right, David. We're not blocking Jackson, though. We can't do that. All right, Joe Burrow. Jonas Sanker. 60 out of 100. I can't tell you much about him either. They got some interesting players on here. Saquon and Gunnar Helm again. Jonas Sanker. All right, last pack. I'll do a recap, guys. And then I'll get to sorting. And I got your back if it wasn't your day. But, Logan, it was your day. Kyler Murray. We got Barron for Denver. Bijan in season. Fun insert for sure. And Mullings going to the Titans to wrap this up. Hey, Lion Hunter. Yeah, happy holiday, guys. This will all ship today, guys. I will get to work. We had the Sanker out of 100. Williams out of 225. R.J. Harvey on the Disco. Kate Otten for Tampa Bay. Mason Graham on the No Huddle Auto for Cleveland. Jim Kelly was out of 99, I believe, yes. Scattaboo on the Disco Emergent. Alec Pierce for Indy. Will Campbell for New England. We had Marshawn Lattimore for Washington. We had Owusu Koromoa was out of 99 for Cleveland. Higgins on the Prismatic Disco for Houston. Tyreek out of 25. Tyreek out of 99. Emmett for the boys on the all-purpose. Shaheed for the Saints was out of 25. David Montgomery for Detroit out of 125. Drake May on the Fractal Disco. Hines Allen Disco for the Jags. Drake May on the Paragon. Gunnar Helm out of 50. Manungai for the Bears on the Mojo. Cam Ward on the Contours. Lambjack was out of 75 for Baltimore. Marvin Harrison Jr. Was out of 75 on the Paragon. Ford for Cleveland was out of 85. Lambert Smith for the Chargers out of 25. We had Ashton on the Fortune 15 for the Raiders. Bryce Young. Hampton for the Chargers. Jerry Jeudy. We had Trey Harris on card. Auto for the Chargers. And Jaxson Dart going to Logan. Wonderful finish.